Today we will learn about non-negative and negative integer powers in R, and we must remember together the following. For any element to a set of non-zero numbers is always a of power 0 equal 1. For example, square root of 5 to the power 0 equal 1. And also you must remember, if you have a negative number to the power even number, it's always become positive. And if they have also negative number but the power is odd number, always negative. And also you must remember, if you have a of power minus n, that means the multiplicative inverse for this number is 1 over a over n. Also, if you have a over b to the power negative n, we have the multiplicative of this number, it will be b over a to the power n. And also we must remember, as we studied before, when we multiply numbers of the same base, you added the powers. And when we divided numbers of the same base, you subtract the powers. The power of a product of two numbers is distributed over the two numbers. The power of a fraction is distributed over the numerator and the denominator. When you rise a number, rise to a power to another power, you multiply the two powers. Let's start to solve some questions. So now we have choose the correct answers. First we have 4 power 3 is adding 4 times. As we studied before, we know that we're repeating to add the same numbers many times, so the numbers of this repeating of addition is equal 4 times 4 power 3, and we know that we adding the powers if we have the same base, so the result will be 4 power 4, as same as way. Now we'll make this one 2 times 10 of the power negative 3 times 5 times 10 of power negative 2. 2 times 5 will become 10 power 1 times 10 negative 5, and we will add the powers, so it will become 10 negative 4. And now, if we have x equals square root of 9 over square root of 7, we want to find x of power negative 1. That's meaning the multiplicative inverse. So it will become square root of 7 over square root of 9, and we know square root of 9 is equal to 3. So the answer will be square root 7 over square root over 9 over 3. Number 4, if 5 of x equals 4, then 5 power x minus 1 equal. Now we make this one, we know to coming like that, that's meaning 5 power x times 5 of power minus 1. 5 power x, as he giving to me in the question, equal 4 times, we will make the multiplicative inverse of 5 of power negative 1, so it will become 1 over 5. When we calculate it, it will become 0.8. We know that x minus 5 to the power 0 equal 1. So that means x elementary to are negative the group of 5, because if we make 5 minus 5 will become 0 of power 0, that meaning it's not in the 5. Let's start to solve together, simplify. How to simplify the question. Now first, if we have 3 of power negative 1, that's meaning, as we say before, multiplicative inverse. So now it will become 1 over 3. Same as 1 over 4 of power negative 1, that's meaning the multiplicative inverse 4 over 1, that's meaning equal 1. Same 3 over 2 to the power negative 3, it will become multiplicative inverse, and then we will put the powers to the numerator and denominator and calculate the result. So it will become 8 over 27. Number 4. Now we will use the rules of the powers to solve this question. N to the power 3 all of power 4 x n to the power negative 4 over n to the power negative 5 x n to the power negative 7. So we'll calculate all of them. N, it will become n to the negative 12 x n to the negative 4 over n to the negative 12 x, and we'll simplify the numerator with denominator. So the result will become n to the negative 4. That's meaning the multiplicative inverse n over n power 4. Same as number 5 and 6, the result will become p power 4 and 1 over x. Now let's start. In this question we must read slowly and to understand what he wants from us. Now, if x equals 2 and y equals square root of 3, then evaluate each of the following in the simplest form. First question, 3 times the bracket x plus y to the power 4 and x minus y to the power 4. We know before in the factorization, if we find this bracket, that's meaning difference between two squares. So it will become x power 2 minus y power 2 all to the power 4. If we take x, both the number 2 to the power 2, it's become before, and we take y, square root of 3 to the power 2, it's become 3. And we calculate these equations and will become 3. Same, we will find x plus y over x minus y all to the power negative 2. That's meaning the multiplicative inverse for this question. So 2 negative 3 over 2 negative 3 to the power of 2, and it will become, after calculating, 1. Now let's start the following. He tells me he wants me to find the value of x in each of the following. 3 of the power x negative 2 equal 81. To solve this kind of equations, we must make both of them in the same base 3 to can solve the powers. So we know that 81 is 3 to the power 6. Now we have 3 and 3 in the both sides. So we'll take the powers and solve these equations, which make the x equal 8 as it's shown. Now we must remember that the square root of 3 is meaning 3 to the power half. So it will become 3 to the power half x minus half equals 3 to the power 2, which is meaning 9. Now we'll take the powers and solve the equations, and now we'll find value of x equal 5. Number 3, 32 to the power x negative 3 equal 8 to the power 2x plus 1. 32, that's meaning 2 to the power 5, and 8 is 2 to the power 3. We must make the bases same to can calculate the powers. And we'll take the powers, the equations in the powers, and solve these equations. We must take 5x and 6x in the same side and the numbers in the other side, and after calculating, we'll find x equal negative 18. Let's try together in these examples to can know how to can solve the problem to find the value of n in the powers. Now we have 3 to the power n minus 6 equal 5 to the power n negative 6. We know we must make the two bases equal to can solve this problem, but now the bases here cannot though make it the same, but we have special case to make the bases different and equals if we have the power equals 0. So in this case we will take the equation 3n minus 6 and make it equal 0, so that the value is equal to n equal 2. Also, for example 2, if we have 7 to the power n times n negative 3 equal 1. If you find 1 in the other side of the equation, that's meaning 7 to the power 0. And we can solve the equation also in the same way, to take this n times n negative 3 equals 0 and solve the equations, and we will find n equal 3. Let's start to make sure that we are understand. Let's complete together. If we have 5 to the power x negative 2 equals 3 to the power x negative 2. We tell before in the example that if you have different bases that equal, that must be equal, the power must be 0. So we will take x negative 2 equals 0 and we will find x equal 2. Same. Number 2, 3 to the power n plus 4 equal 1 over 27. We must make 27 at the same base 3, that's meaning 3 to the power 3. So n plus 4 equals negative 3. Why negative 3? Because if we're making multiplicative inverse, it will become negative 3. And after solving, we will find n equal negative 7. In the same way, number 3, we will find x equals 6. Now we have number 4, 9 times 3 over x minus 4 equal 1. We must remember, as the example before, any 1, that's meaning 3 to the power 0. And 9 is 3 to the power 2, so when we add the powers, it will become x 3 to the x to the power x negative 2 equals 3 to the power 0, and we have now the same basis, x negative 2 equals 0, which is mean x equals 2. In the same way, number 5, we will solve the equations. We make x minus x to the power 9 to the power x minus 1 equal 9 to the power negative 2. Why negative 2? Because we have here the multiplicative inverse of this one, it will become negative 2. We will take x negative 1 equal negative 2 and solve the equation. We will find x equal negative 1. This is the same equation, same number 1. We will find x negative 1 equals 0, that's meaning x equal 1. Again, we remember that the square root of 2 is that's meaning 2 to the power half, and 8 is 2 to the power 3, and we'll calculate the powers here. It will become equal to the power 0. So it will become 3 over 2x negative 3 over 2 plus 3 equals 0, and when solving this problem, it will become x equal 1. Also the same way, we will find, to calculate, it will find 4 to the power x equal 4 over 3, but here he didn't want the value of x. He wants from me 4 to the negative x, that's meaning the multiplicative inverse of the 4 power x. So we'll make it 1 over 4 power 3.
And now, let's make these questions. Choose the correct answer. Which of the following is nearest to 11 power 2 plus 9 power 2? So we must read carefully the questions, because he tells us here nearest. So 11 power 2 is 121 and 9 power 2 is 81. So the nearest answer is 120 plus 80. Same as number 2, the value of 2 power 2, 20 plus 2 power 21. We will take 2 power 20 common, and it will have 1 plus 2 in between brackets when we make an addition before them, so it will become 3 times 2 power 20, and we will find the answer here. Number 3, the same way, after we prepare every number, so 3 power 0 is 1, and negative 1 over square root of 3 all of power 2 plus 1 over the third root of negative 27. After calculating all this, we will find the result will become 1. And the same way also, 2 power 12 times 3 power 12, we will take 12 outside as a common power, so we'll have 2 power 3 all power 12, which is mean 6 power 12. And the same way, 2 power 5 plus square root of 2 all of power 10, it will become 2 to the power 6. I hope to be understand, and I hope to solving with yourself to make sure that you are understand. And now I will give all of you just 5 minutes to do these questions. After that it will appear the answers. And let's do this together. If you have a equals square root of 3 and b equals square root of 2, then the value of a of power 4 minus b of power 4. We must take the value of a, which is square root of 3, and put it square root of 3 all of power 4, and the same as b square root of 2 all of power 4. Then after we solve this, it will become the result 5. In the same way also, a of power 4 over b of power 4, it will become square root of 3 all of power 4 over square root 2 all of power 4. It will become 9 over 4. In these kind of questions, when we have a decimal numbers, we must return these decimal numbers to the number of powers. Then it will become 10 of power negative 5 over 10 of negative 2 times 10 of negative 3, and after we simplify, it will become 1. Here, find the value of x for each of the following. It's so easy, because as we remember and doing before, we must make the bases same, so we'll make here 2 power x equal 2 power 5. To can use the powers x equal 5. Same, 2 to the power x minus 1 equal 1, and we know 1 is meaning 2 power 0. So we will take the powers x minus 3 equals 0, which is mean x equals 3. Same, 3 power x minus 2 equal 1 over 9, we will make 1 over 9 as 3 of power negative 2. And we have here the bases same 3. Then we will take the powers x minus 2 equal minus 2, and we will calculate, and after that will become x equals 0. The last questions, if we have 8 power x times 9 power x over 18 power x equals 64 power x, we must do it in the same way. The two bases equal, then we will find the value of 4 power x, which is equal to 2 of power 2 of x. This question I will make it as a competition. Who will solve it right, I will give him a prize. I hope for you all success, and all of you be safe, wear your mask, take care of your health, and be safe and study well to get high marks.
Thank you to all of you super students. I hope you understand the lesson today, and I hope for all of you all the good luck and success. I hope to solve the equation and trying again with yourself to solve all the problems to get high marks. Good luck. Thank you, Ms. Fahd.